All right, we're back. We got a great match coming up here. Eric Osborn and Steve Stowers. I believe this is a right side match.
I'm playing something too. Otherwise, I'll jump back in here.
Yeah, I think John's going to come back over here when he gets done talking to Nick. All right, this is Eric at the table now. We saw Steve a little bit earlier. Great player. Possibly a small favorite against Eric. Not a lot. Again, I don't think I'd want to give him more than a rack. That is Steve's dad sitting there on the couch on the back of the other side of the table.
Speed it up. He's in the restroom. He'll be right out.
I don't even think he hit that with the jump cue. No, he hit that with his full cue. No wonder he didn't get much air. Chucky, you're picking a favorite here. Somebody's putting a gun to your head.
On this match right here,
Yeah.
I would pick Steve.
I'm saying Steve, but I'm not willing to give up more than a rack. Nice shape there. Stop will give him the 4. I didn't expect that, but he developed the 5 to make it easier. That was a very well thought out shot. Nice speed control. He's loading up on draw. Okay, no, he wasn't. He was just... Good speed there. That's something you don't see from Steve. He doesn't overrun his shots that often. You know, the last match we saw players overrunning some shots. Steve takes a 1-0 lead. I spoke to him before the last match. I was complimenting him on his match against 10, and he said he doesn't come out to these tournaments very often, but when he does, he's dead serious about it. Steve put a 2-pack on 10 in their match. Let's see what he can do here. Well, that's not a good way to get started. I mean, it's good if you want to win the game, but he's not going to put any kind of a package together like that. Sorry about that. Taking care of something real quick. Okay.
You said one sweet low, right? I already put it in there.
Sweet. Thank you. All right. Nice run from the 1 ball for Eric. I didn't even think that Eric could see the 1 ball, but he definitely could see it and ran out. All right, let's see what Eric can do at the break. Hit him hard. Didn't get anything. Nothing good, at least. Left the 1. 6 goes by the 8. Didn't expect to draw there, and I think he's hooked himself.
And a bottle of water. How much for the water?
Okay. Yeah, I expected that he would hit that with top and go 2 rails, but now he's kicking. Didn't get a rail either. I think he's out again. put a little bit of a stroke on this, but not much. Yeah, just enough. He might have overshot that a little bit. 50-yard line, but he'll cut it inside. Eric looks like he's seen Steve play and knows what's going to happen if he misses. Missed the one on the side. He broke dry. Not a real easy shot on the one. I like the safety. And I think he came up far enough that it's not a straightforward kick to kick the one in the pocket. And if he's not careful, he's going to kick one rail and hit the one and scratch. He was trying to kick to make it. I'm going to leave you guys here for just 1 second. All right, I'm back. Looks like I'm back. I'm not sure what happened there, but Eric's not arguing it. I'm joined by Carl Stewart. Carl, how's the tournament going?
Pretty good. I sure enjoy the DPT stops. Didn't turn out too well for me. I was the old 2 and out, but that happens. But back to the practice table.
Who'd you play?
I don't know the gentleman's name, and then I played Tori, the junior in it, 16-year-old junior.
Yeah.
7-4 race, went hill, but she played great and got out on me.
Sorry about that.
I sure noticed the difference between the 3.5 by 7s this stop and the 4.5 by 9s last stop.
Oh yeah.
Got 9-2-12 last stop on the big boys, but whew. And you get one bad roll and they become offensive on you, they can run out on these little ones.
Do you prefer 9-footer or 7-footer?
I used to be all 9-footer, but now if I'm not playing, I can survive on the 7-footer a lot easier. But yeah, when I really play and really have time to put into the 9-footer, it's a whole different game. It's just a whole different everything. I put the 4.5 by 9 into the academy because of one pocket, straight pool. All those other games are, can only be played on a big table. So.
And for those not familiar with what you do, elaborate on the academy.
So I own the Arizona Billiard Academy. I'm in the BCA program. It turned into PBIA, Professional Billiard Instructor Association. BCA has been around for 1,000,000 years. Started as a recognized instructor. Worked with Randy G, and it became all the way this last BCA event. I became a master instructor through the program. It's been about 10 years or so that I've been with them. Recognized, certified, advanced, and you got to stay at each position a couple of years, and then boom, the master's level is the ultimate. And what I've kind of found with the master's level is it's a lot of it's coaching, a lot of it's mental, a lot of it's playing Dr. Phil, just kind of talking to somebody about, hey, okay, you missed a ball, but don't lose the whole match over a couple shots here. Just get back into it. So that's a little more of the coaching thing. And so I own the Arizona Billiard Academy. It's located in Surprise, Arizona. It's a little far from the east side. It's about 19 miles from here, from Metro, out there in Surprise. But I offer completely private lessons. I have people that come to me that no one ever knows they show up, and because it's completely private. We don't do it in a pool hall. There's no music. There's nothing. I have all the video analysis set up. I have everything. I have every book you ever want to look at. Like I said, it's 4.5 by 9 diamonds, so we can work on just about anything. And I don't disclose my client list, so if anybody ever takes a lesson from me, no one has to know. And so it kind of hurts my advertising, but I kind of offer that to be honest with people, and there's a lot of people that don't want to be seen at the pool hall taking a lesson, and I'm really the only one, and I think all of Arizona that I know of that offers a completely private lesson. Even the greats, Jerry and all them, they all just teach out of a pool hall setting.
Right.
And to me, that's a big deal. So.
Are you familiar with these two players?
A little bit. Definitely Eric more than
Steve.
Steve, definitely.
Steve's an East Side player.
Okay.
I hear Eric's been jumping in action lately, and
Yep, he's back.
we jinxed him there.
Yep. But he's definitely back at it. He mostly plays the little boxes. He stays away from a lot of 4.5 by 9 stuff. So, like I said, it's completely two different games. Can't blame him for that. If he gets on a roll and gets a couple of helpful rolls, he's deadly. There's absolutely no reason.
he was asking a lot by slow rolling that ball.
A little bit of a two-way though, because look, he got the good leave out of it. As long as he didn't overcut it, he wasn't going to sell out.
John was talking about that in the last match. Missing the ball on the pro side.
Yep, definitely a huge deal. It makes the opponent beat you. You just don't sell out baby little balls. Even like this. This is going to be a cut. He's going to have to control his speed.
And she did not.
Look at that.
Yeah. If he banks the 8, he can't hold the cue ball for the 9, can he?
He might reverse bank it and send it down.
Sometimes you bump a ball, you get rewarded.
That's it. He made a nice reverse bank. Shot it with confidence. That was a great roll. It's kind of like a kick shot. Pays to hit him.
Right.
He made the nice reverse. Came down in. He could have made the 9 on the carom too.
I think Steve's a big. I'm not going to say Steve's a favorite to make it to tomorrow. I'm not picking a winner in the tournament, but Steve's supposed to make it to tomorrow.
And what is this, Fargo?
Right close to Eric's.
Okay. And I've always thought Eric was a sleeper. He's always plays well. Always a contender. We've played a lot of money matches, and he's always a handful.
They're both in the 590s.
Okay. And I'm a firm believer in Fargo. I just, I lost, but it was hill.
That's
So, it was an even race in my first set, and I got to 5 or 6. So
I apologize for bringing up the name, but that's what Tony Anagona used to say with that league system he had out in Nevada.
yeah.
He was always proud of how many hill matches he had.
And before he touched it, it was awesome. The first owner, he just got sick. It wasn't his fault. It was awesome. It was in every room. I lived in California for 10 years. I played out of Hard Time Sacramento every single minute, and every single place had a USPPA.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The score sheets were easy. They weren't complicated. You didn't have to take care of a bunch of stuff. They were easy to fill out, and they had some bigger event at the end of the rainbow every year for us.
And the turnouts that he had for that the end of the year thing in Reno. He had a full field of 128 every time, didn't he?
Yep. It just came down to the wolf guarding the hen house, and you can't play in your own stuff. You can't be you can't if you just want to be an operator, you just operate it, and so. I still see stuff on Facebook about it all the time, and court dates, and
really?
Yeah, they're still taking him to court over it and things, and then there's an appeal process, and he loses every time, but you can't get blood out of a turnip, so I don't think he has a lot of assets to split up. So
I used to be a professional bill collector. I'm familiar with that one.
But he gave the system a bad name, but it's a great system, and it was really, really good before. But
You ever see the Sardos out anywhere?
not anymore. Even how about the racks?
No, the brothers.
Oh no. I thought you meant the racks. No.
All right, well, we're finally at advantage Eric here in this rack. I can't tell if the 4 clears the 6. I think it does.
I've always liked it how he's such a big guy and he gets his chin right on that cue stick. That's something that I really admired about his game. but I can't. I've tried it. I just can't get down that low. But all the greats, all the good ones, always have that chin on their stick, that stick right under their chin.
I don't know why you hit that ball so hard. Maybe it doesn't go by the 6. I haven't lost yet, so
You're not on the list yet.
oh, okay. Let me know when I am.
I got one match on the winner of Victoria. It's the only match I have to play.
Okay.
All the winners are already playing.
What are you doing here?
I gotta get safe.
Where?
Up by the 7. Even if you send the 4 just straight back across to that rail, it's gonna naturally go towards the 7. I never miss a ball from over here.
Well, and that's why I want to know what your shot selection is here.
Yeah.
Because
But
I know
I
it's the
mean-
right shot.
Yeah, I mean, it just, I just don't think this is gonna roll a 5. He figured out a way to stick the 4, but that's what we wanted, just something to one side and the other. He split the 2 balls.
I don't think he's going to like when he comes back to the table, though. I think Steve's going to bury him behind the 6.
That was gonna be touchy.
I can't tell how far it rolled
Yeah.
off the rail.
Just enough. That was
Answers
a nice
that
shot.
question.
That was a nice shot.
6 doesn't pass by the 7, does it? Kind of hard to see for us because we got Rick Schmidt's ball cap in the way.
Maybe you can take a picture of it and then email it to us
Yeah.
so we can look to see.
From here, it doesn't look like it. No, he was trying to go short side.
Yeah.
That was an awfully small window he was shooting for.
Yeah, so that told you something because he could have. He must not go by. Does he just send this ball? No, he's gonna cut it. He's cutting it.
Is he trying to make the 6?
He's cutting it. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
No
I
reward.
saw that one coming, but he was trying to make it. I was thinking of sending it 2 rails down behind the 9.
But you don't see a lot of the players, even at this level, and these guys are,
Yeah.
they're low 9s.
Yep.
If the ball is makeable,
They go for it.
yeah, they don't think.
You know where
What
I
can go
saw the
wrong?
most safety play, and I've added some of it into my personal game, is when I watched that straight shooters tournament. They don't go for anything. If it's not just an absolute baby out, they just 2-rail everything down and let everybody kick at them. And I really, really noticed that. And for me, I go for it and I sell out. So.
Well, Efren says he learns the most from amateurs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I get that 50-yard line right in between. I got to cut one side or the other. They just send it to the middle rail and let it bounce to the, send it to the side rail and let it bounce down into the middle rail and let your cue ball come back up. And now that is on 4.5 by 9, so it is a little easier to get a little safer on, get away from the cue ball a little bit more. But
Do they not play? Do they not play that tour on 7-footers?
every place I ever go, yeah, they come here, so it is. But the stop I was
yeah, you're
watching,
right.
it was at Colby's, and then at Main Street. Yeah, it was one of the 4.5 by 9 places.
Yeah, I forget. I came down here and took pictures one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fine line between putting on your hero cape and going for it, and playing safe. I miss some of those safeties, and they wake me up at night thinking I should have just went for it, and another way around too. Hindsight's 2020.
Well, he broke dry, but he's left Eric kicking. Look out. This could be over in a hurry. Because I think he can spin and hit the one.
Yeah, either way. If he misses it, it's over, and if he makes it, it's over.
This match should be over in either one or two shots. This game, sorry.
This game. I was going to say, well, is it a race to 5?
Yeah, it's skunk rules if you're ahead by 3.
Yeah. I needed some mercy today. I had some.
Well, that wasn't the way I was thinking of it, but it worked.
Wow.
You get a reward when you hit the ball.
That's it.
All right, so let's go back to Arizona Billiard Academy. Website?
Yep. www.arizonabilliardacademy.com.
Phone number?
It's going to be 602. I just went general because I'm all over Phoenix sometimes. And I service all of the state of Arizona. And then it's going to be 820. And then pool, which is 7665. And I got some real competitive rates. Like I said, I'm the only one that I know of that offers a completely private lesson like that. When I deal with my students, it's just about are you going to be realistic? It's like trying to lose weight. Okay, well, we're going to do this, but if you're still going to eat cheeseburgers at midnight, you're not really going to get anywhere, guys, So, are you really ready? I want to get better. Okay, well, tell me about your situation. Well, I work 80 hours a week, and I have 14 kids, and I'm like, okay, well, it's not really, I don't have any magic beans. I think a lot of when they come to me think I have magic beans to sell them, and I know some secret code I can tell them to play better pool, and that is not the case. It's hours and hours and hours on the pool table. Now, what we want is before you spend the hours and hours and hours on the pool tables, we want to make sure you're doing it right. I get so many people, well, I practiced this 60 times. Well, if you're doing it wrong all 60 times, that's all it's going to be. So, but yeah, so lessons are a hard thing, especially when I go to and out in the tournament. You put a label on yourself. Oh, you're an instructor. You should know it all. You should be perfect. You should do this. You should do that. So, but I'm willing to wear that label because years ago, people would always ask me, how do you do that? We're playing pool, how do you do this shot? How do you do that? I never knew. I didn't understand. I'm like, I'm not sure. I just get up and do it. I've been doing it for so long. So when I got with Randy G and into the BCA program, which for us instructors, they really took the time to teach us how to teach it. That's why some of the great players are great players, but they really can't relay the information to the students as they need to. They just do it,
And look at Jerry.
Yeah. So,
Jerry didn't even shoot the shots on his DVD.
Yeah. So, but he has so much knowledge that he can pass along and everything like that. So, so that's something that the Academy offers. Is I try to be realistic. Let's not waste your money. I don't do it for a living. I'd starve. It's a passion project. There's no secret. By the time I drive somewhere, give the lesson. If we're in a pool, I pay all the table time.
Wow.
I don't ask for free table time from room owners. I think that's a mistake. I think that's I just come in and, I'm a BCA instructor. We need to pay. No, I pay for 2 people. I don't even get my own time. If a customer calls me from a certain room, then I try to make sure and do that lesson in that room. So it's like, that's where you play. Oh, great. It's nice if they have a table in their home, but so that's kind of more about the Academy. I have the whole bio and everything like that out on the website. It's a simple website. I haven't really invested the money to get really crazy and fancy. It's more like an electronic business card.
Sure.
Things like that. I do a lot on Facebook. There's an Arizona Billiard Academy Facebook group that you can join. I post a lot of instructional things, you know.
I hate these shots.
Yeah, and the 6 is in a bad spot too. It's not. Oh, well,
Well, that
if you're
works
just
out.
gonna do
Yeah.
that, and that's those couple of rolls where I played Eric a lot, and he gets on those, and he is deadly, which everybody is. But he, even just kissing off a ball to get the better shape on the other ball and stuff. I mean, he is very deadly when he gets the wind behind him and gets rolling.
Yeah, confident.
Yep. Confidence is priceless.
It looks like they've taken 5.
I also write for your paper.
Yeah,
And
been doing that for
A
years
while.
and years and years.
a while. I remember when you asked me and we were talking about it, I just had the old, I said, well, it's not gonna be organized, it's not gonna be anything, I'm just gonna go off the cuff every time. And that's definitely a passionate article too, because it's whatever's happening at the time. And hopefully, you not believe how many people come up to me that I've never met in my life. And they're like, "You're Carl." I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, you don't have a summons, do you?
I love your article, and I'm like, okay. I don't even know if everything's spelled right, so that's just.
I try to make sure everything's
Yes, you
spelled
do.
right.
You do a lot of correction, and this is good. I have college degrees, but none of them are in English. And I will not. I'm not a writer. I just write it as I'm talking, as the thoughts come out, and sometimes they go down in a mishmash. But I try to proofread.
Oh, that's nice. You always like to make a ball and leave a couple balls hanging in the jaws.
Sorry. Wait, sorry.
And how long have you been running the paper?
5 or 6 years this time.
And that's a. I don't think anybody realizes how hard it is to put out that paper. I mean, that's month after month after month after month after month. There's other people doing it, but they have one every 7 months. They have one every, I mean, it's just. And I remember Krista and them did it on the wire.
Sure.
And that was right there in Oregon, so that was really nice. And I was doing all the tournaments at Hard Time Sacramento, and I had the pro shop in there too, so I did all the Q work, and so I was dealing with them an awful lot. And sometimes we wouldn't get the paper till the 15th of the month, and so when you get it to a couple of days before the first of the month, that is really, really impressive.
The goal is to have it out midweek of before the first Saturday of the month, because you've got tournaments that are being advertised.
That's it.
I missed that ball good. And I get a lot of help. I mean, tournament directors are great about getting me information.
If you haven't grabbed one of the papers lately, you really should, because Mike has added a bunch of color, and it really makes it pop. I noticed the first thing. Has anybody else mentioned it?
A couple people.
Yeah, I noticed the first thing. It really, really made it pop.
I brought a guy on to do layout, which makes it so much easier. I just send it to him. He does the layout. He charges me. It's a screaming deal for me.
That's awesome.
It's the same guy who lays out the Billiards Buzz.
Okay. Working smarter is never against the law.
No. Nice try. Nice try, but I think he sold it out.
Did you see the 3-rail kick there?
No.
No.
Was it on?
I thought so. But sometimes I put my cape on and go for too much stuff too. That's why I'm in the 2 and out bracket. But I don't know. I like that because that ball plays so big coming in from the 3-rail kick. You have to hit that 1-rail kick absolutely perfect to make that ball. What I tell you, man, he gets rolling.
Well, he's within 1.
So it's Steve has 5 and Eric has 4.
Right.
So Steve got a little bit ahead there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was up 5-2.
And what's the race to?
Straight race to 8.
Straight race to 8.
Well, they're definitely having fun here at Metro.
Have you ever been to Hawaiian Brian's in Waikiki?
No, I have not.
Okay, so I grew up. That was a legendary, magical place when I grew up on the Pacific West Coast, Pacific Coast. And I finally, we went to Hawaii in August, and I finally got to go there. Well, Hawaiian Brian doesn't live there anymore. He basically just used his name. So,
Okay.
they moved away from pool because I've always heard about the table where it says if Rodney Morris walks in this room, there's a plaque that was supposed to be his plaque, and it said if Rodney Morris walks in this room, you need to get off this table because this is his table. so I talked to some of the old timers there, and they said, oh well, they just remodeled a couple of years ago, and they do bands now. So they have 3 or 4 different bands inside there at one time instead of the tables.
Wow.
So that they're all just tired old gold crowns, and they're just they're very stained and everything like that. So they and then the plaque never got put back up after the remodel and stuff.
That's a shame.
Yeah, so that was definitely so APA is very big there, of course, and then they have that in February every year. They have that big APA event, and teams from all over go there, and so but that was just a legendary place for my lifetime of growing up in the pool world, hearing about Hawaiian Brian's.
Oh, yeah. No, went to Hard Times a couple times. Streamed a tournament out of there once.
Bellflower
I
or
think
Sacramento?
so.
Bellflower's in LA,
Okay, then that was, yeah.
and then Sacramento. And the same owners owned them both.
Okay.
It was Mike and Karen, and they owned Hard Times Bellflower, and then they owned Varsity over there in Norway.
Oh.
And then their dad, Mike's dad, his name's Chuck, and they have a really Greek name. I don't know how to pronounce it, but so then they decided to get out of the LA, and they moved to Northern California, and then they bought the Great American, and they turned it into Hard Times, and then they sold the other one and all them, and then the actual little building or the shopping center in Norwalk, where Varsity was, actually got torn down, so they got out of the lease, and it was an easy way to get out. So this falls under this month's article that you're going to read about. You miss good, I mean, it's tough, What do you do with that 7? Everything's blocked for the kick. You're going to have to go up. You're going to have to.
It almost looks like he can go through the 8-9 with a little inside.
Yeah, that's. But you'd rather stay on this side and make sure and get a good hit.
Yeah.
Damn,
if you going for broke there.
Yeah.
And at 5-4 down, I don't know that I want to go for broke.
If he can spin it, it might go over there under the 8-9, and then get that 7 up out. Oh, he made it. I totally did not see that.
Oh, he's all right. Well, he's still going to bump the 9, though. Good things or bad things could happen.
I know
He's
you
fine.
wanted to. Yeah.
Five.
5. I love Fargo.
I think Steve's saying he can hear Rick when he shoots the picture.
Well, Whitney's one of these super duper enclosures like you have, Mike.
Yeah,
where,
you can just walk around with it.
I remember watching the WPBA years ago, and that was cardboard. This was cardboard, and they'd put it up and turn around and interview the players and stuff. I know when I wrote an article about being on the stream table. It changes everything. And I was down there in Tucson playing those CSI events, and I can hear those guys.
Well,
and you want to just turn around and tell them, well, I never missed the chair. I never missed the ball from over there. So,
and that's what, we put up and of course the listeners can't have no idea what we're talking about, but we put up a little plexiglass enclosure. We try to, we're what, you think, 12 feet away from the table?
yeah. And we try not to talk right when they're right down on a ball of, oh, you should be using left English or any of that stuff. I mean, everybody plays it different.
Oh yeah, patterns. Everybody's got their own patterns they like.
Some people spin the ball. Some people like to go the extra rail. On the day that
Top, some like draw.
the day that it all works out, you were right. Other days, you're like me. You're sitting here 2 and out. That's the way it goes.
Look out, pocket. Wow. See, Steve's a good enough player that I think he knows to avoid that.
Yeah, but you start twisting and avoiding, and then he had to get a very small window with this 5. That was a very small window. You start missing, and then you start missing the ball with trying to. I always say if they gave us $1 million to shoot that shot and go up and scratch, we couldn't do it. I've always said that.
Yeah, put the 9-ball in the jaws and see if you can make
It's
it.
like football. All they got to do is not fumble when they win the game. Fumble, I mean, it's.
I think he hit it. Oh, he didn't. Wow. Steve didn't expect to be getting back to the table this quick.
Did you see where Jeremy Jones won that event?
One pocket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a while since I've heard that name.
Well, but him winning a one-pocket tournament is not a surprise.
No.
He beat Jason in the finals.
Yeah, he's just not been around. He's just not. He's not.
Get right on it. And I mean, while Jason is certainly a monster, I don't know him as a one-pocket monster.
Right. If the shots are there, he can get out from anywhere. But
sure.
The moves. Yeah. I'm happy for him. One of the last times I remember hearing about Jeremy was he got double dipped there at one of the Shane double dipped him, but that's rotation. But
Sure.
yeah, met him. Oh gosh, it had to be back in the '90s. We were at we lived in Oregon, so we always went to Reno. So we went to the Reno Open there at the Sands, and I was all like 22 or something. And so maybe that was in the 80s. I don't know. Yeah, it must have been early 90s. And I met him. And you ever see anything about Gabe anymore? Gabe Owen?
No.
He's just dropped off the face of the earth.
Seems to be. I went to that Reno event twice. Mike Davis won it both times. And it's the only 2 times he won it.
Yeah. Like Rick explained to him, my camera doesn't make noise.
Yeah. And this is the picture I took, and you were not pulling the trigger on the shot.
Yeah. That is a great break. That is
yeah.
a great break. And he's lucky that 2-ball stopped. That is a great break.
3 to the 4.
I've always heard that making a mistake and they win that game, it costs you 1 more.
Right.
Missing a 9, they make it, they break, and they get 1 more on you. It's like the mistakes cost you double. I've always heard that and felt that. I think he's gonna make the 9. And he's going over there.
I thought he'd draw it back and shoot the 3.
I think he was trying to kick the 9 in.
Yeah. I think that's a bad idea.
He'll play safe here.
That worked. But now is the 9 covering up the bottom right corner for the 4?
I think if you get to the 4, you're playing the combo.
Boy, I don't. The 9 seems like it's further off the rail than the 4.
Yeah, I don't know.
Eric jumps the ball pretty good.
He does. Look how tall he is. Yeah. That really does help if you're tall. Another thing the Arizona Billiard Academy does is it's all about the youth. It's just they're the future of the game. Where is it going to go?
I think he may be able to see it.
It lays on that bottom rail again, though. You know, he'll spin this ball in.
Yeah, and he moved the 9, so it's an easier combination. Oh, wow.
I thought he would take him a little more time on that ball. I did. I thought he would.
I think it might have been a little frustration.
Yeah. That's easy to do.
Oh, this game will do it to him.
Yeah, I think if they get to the 4 now, it's definitely going to be combo 10.
Yeah.
So anyways, so I was saying about the Arizona Bay, we really work with APA has the juniors.
Right.
I have cube raffles for them when they want to go to Iowa and they go to Vegas, and we were actually at the BCA trade show this year with them, and that Tory was one that was there and everything like that. And we had a ball in hand situation on match, and I had to, I said, look, this is called a sideboard when a ball is right on the side pocket. I said, if you shoot the 3-9 combo, you have a sideboard for this thing, and so that was the right shot. She was having a hard time getting over the ball with her jump, and I just a few adjustments, and she's jumping better, just things like that. And she really thanked me at the end after she beat me. She beat me, thank me for the advice and stuff. But the youth is where it's at. I mean, if we don't get them into one pocket in a straight pool, and all them games are gonna die.
Yeah.
They're gonna die. Pockets used to have a one straight pool tournament once a month. I don't think they even have that anymore. And I don't think the Fargo ratings and all that stuff is going to help us in straight pool.
Not with straight pool,
You
no.
know, I mean, I know Bull Shooters is trying. I think Mike over there is trying, to keep it alive and stuff. But it is such a fine art. You have to know all the shots and all the momentum and moves for straight pool. It's one of the toughest games in my opinion. I'm okay inside the rack. It's when you need to go to that break ball and get to the next rack to really string some big numbers. And I missed the break ball. I missed the.
Oh, I've done that so many times.
I either missed the break ball or I missed where to hit the sweet spot on the rack to really get some balls out. So. Yeah,
That works.
very nice. And he made the 4 too, so that's a great shot. That's a great shot.
6-6.
6-6. I love Fargo. And I should clarify. I mean, these guys both established,
Oh, yeah.
so they got their 200 games.
Yeah, they've been playing forever.
Because that's where the rub comes in. So, and I really think that down the road, I think they're just gonna have to stiffen up. Just like if you don't have your weeks into play, you're not welcome. Well, they're gonna have to stiffen up, and if you don't have your, at least 100 and some or something, these guys are in these CSI events with 0 games. You're like,
That's just...
but I talked to Ozzy at the show and stuff, and I saw a post from Jerry Stucker about the software's out now, so there's gonna be no excuse. You just use that software, it drops right in, no big deal. Software's still in beta. There's some tweaking, like all software and stuff, but right now it's really hard for a tournament director to run the tournament and then take time to drop it into Fargo too. my Fargo's low because when Mike went out and grabbed all the data, he always grabbed from the Mez and the places like that where I'm playing the champions.
Right.
So I look like an idiot. So, but he grabbed everything. He was just reaching out to every database in the world and grabbing some to get everybody rolling. So, but that's definitely the future. That's definitely the future. Is you got to pay that. Well, like here in Arizona, if you didn't have a rating, you started at the highest rating of the night, or a 10 or whatever. I kind of call it the a-hole tax. You have to pay the a-hole tax till you get settled with your rating.
I think they're going to get Chuck to watch this.
Why'd they give him a $20 bill? Oh, Chuck's phoning it in, literally.
Ready?
It was a good hit.
So it takes some people by surprise, but I don't watch hits.
Wait.
Guys, just a hair, thanks.
I don't watch hits.
No?
No. I burned out on it at Hard Time Sacramento when I was a tournament director. Old Ronnie Allen and all those guys.
Oh.
And they always had business going. They always had something going. And a young guy trying to do the best he can with what you got. You had both of them screaming at you. I'm like, well, I called it in your favor. It didn't matter, So it's just something that I've got away from. And, some of these, they're so close and so fast. And you do the best you can with what you got. But I just don't watch many hits.
And Chuck's always commented that, the important thing is you make a call. It may be the wrong one, but you make a call. You don't say,
Yeah, once you open it up and then they start getting the audience involved and his buddies are sitting there and then it's a big vote and debate and discuss.
Yeah, you can't debate it.
I sure had a lot more respect after all my years there at Hard Times running those tournaments, and that's why I love single elimination, because if they get into it on the front side, they don't have to see each other on the back side.
Right.
It was so simple. Chris doing the wheeze thing and stuff, I'm telling him, single elimination, race to 4, you can have 64 players on a Tuesday night and be done by 11 o'clock. It's a 4-hour tournament. And then as soon as they're out, they can rent tables, drink beer, do whatever they want to do because they're out. They're done. But Hard Time Sacramento, they made it be and under, so it'd be about 8 and under, 8.5 sometimes, but 8 and under. And they have 64 players, single elimination. That was a nice shot. That was a nice touch.
Single limb is just, you get a bad draw right off the bat and you're done.
Yep. But then you're free for the rest of the night. This is a Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Most people have jobs. We can't be here till 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm famous for getting third at 1 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't pay anything, and I'm just miserable the rest of the week. I'm dying. So, single elimination. If you have a bad draw or a bad night, it's a race to 4. If you had one, then you can have dinner and rent a table. Thor does awesome there at Main Street. If you're in his tournaments and you're out, he gives you a great discount on the passes and stuff. I think you can play the rest of the whole entire night for $5.
Wow.
Man, that's awesome. I mean, so that's something that may develop. I put bugs in people's ears, and then we'll see.
I'd like to see a short race, single elimination, but 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
So if you and I draw each other, maybe we play races to 3, but you got to win 2.
Yep. I've seen the formats where you play some 8-ball and some 9-ball, so it kind of gives you guy. Yep. But once you start doing that, then the time goes on. Then you can't play 64 players through in 11 and 4 hours. I mean, especially if he starts at 8. I mean, if he starts at 7:30 or 8, you're still talking 1 in the morning. and the guys that are between jobs and are true pool players right now and stuff, the late nights doesn't bother them.
Right.
But if we really want to get some new blood in the sport, some kids maybe that's a school night, they can slip a tournament in. People that really have jobs that have to get up at 6 or 7, 8, 5 in the morning or whatever, then they can run out and they can play that tournament, that kind of a thing. So that's something that Hard Time Sacramento just living proof of it. They get 64 players, race to 4, single elimination. They get 64 players, and they're done. And, it don't matter. I wouldn't mind staying until 1 o'clock in the morning if I'm the winner, but I don't like to be 3rd or 4th.
Right.
So,
have you played Chris's chip tournament?
I have. I've played the chips, and I've also played his tour. Those his Wii's.
Okay, yeah.
I've been playing at Main Street on Tuesday nights. First week, I don't know. I got out at 11 or so that puts me home at midnight or so. The next week, it was 10:30, and I was in a loser's bracket, and I just said, man, I gotta go. That puts me home at 11:30, and I live an hour from Main Street, so that's my fault. But no, he runs a great tournament. It's a great entry fee. I just wish I like the old days where I had I could stay till 3 in the morning type thing, but I just can't do that anymore.
Scratched on the brake, but this isn't an easy ride.
No, and the 3's tied up really well. So this is where 3 foul rule can really come into.
But you don't see guys go for it very often.
No, except for Rick. He's a 3 foul specialist.
Yeah.
That was a nice breakout.
Do you think he's got a shot down to the corner?
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yep, I think he'll come over for the 4 nice.
Uh-oh.
He did. He just missed it, but he came over. He was.
Got a good lead.
Yep. Just like the article, you miss good.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you miss, it's when you miss and how you miss. Yeah.
Last time I played on the tables with the boys club.
Yeah, it feels like I'm going on about 6 months of rolls like that. They miss and leave me just like that. So.
And it seems like some guys, it seems like they get better rolls than you do.
Yeah.
Extended period. I mean, they don't.
And I shoot that 3 ball softer, so if I miss, it's up by the hole more.
Yeah.
I don't get another 2.5 feet roll back behind the 6.
That was a nice shot. Oh, and he got
That's
a big
fucking
reward.
roll. Oh my
Wow. I don't think he's going to go that way. I think you have to come down here to the bottom rail.
God. That's awful close to jump too.
Ooh, yeah. I wouldn't want to jump
That
it.
is awful close.
I don't even want to jump it if I'm him.
He's either coming 2 rails into the bottom, like you said, or he's got to have to do the zigzag to get over there.
I'm not even sure he's trying to hit it.
He's
just
just tying up.
Yeah. You don't think he lined up the 9-6, which I realize doesn't win you the game, but if it's lined up, then
I don't know. The 4 goes, and then you can get their breakout too. So
yeah.
So you don't need to say too much. It's just be staying with them. I mean, there's nobody there. There's nobody.
And the finale for the DPT is going to be in Casino del Sol in November.
Yeah.
Will that start on a
17th through
Thursday?
20th.
That start on a Thursday or something?
We'll have something on Thursday, but matches won't start till Friday.
Right.
They always do a little buffet dinner for us on Thursday.
Awesome. You do all their awards, and Mike Hammond wins the
Yeah, we draw
the
Mike's name for the table.
and yeah.
They take such good care of us out there.
Yeah, that's an awesome venue, awesome room. You have your own set of bathrooms. Even when I take my son, I don't have to worry about him going clear across the casino floor to go somewhere, to go to the bathroom, or try to get back to the room or anything. It's all, yeah, that's one of my, it doesn't matter if it's CSI event or your event or whatever. I really, really like that.
Well, he's trying this?
Oh my God.
We're about to be
See, and
Hill.
I thought he was going to end up on the other side of the floor and then play the floor into the corner he scratched, I thought. Because that would break out the 6.
Right. He's just making sure the 6 goes. He's supposed to be out. Didn't want to run past him. That ball thought about staying up.
And these diamonds, they'll bite you in a heartbeat. That's a nice shot there. Nice speed.
We're going to play one game for it.
We could have just done this an hour and a half ago.
Yeah. Double it up and start over.
Yeah. So is there a chat on here that you can see people? No. That's probably better.
Yeah. It's too easy to get distracted by that.
Yeah. You're trying to answer questions.
Yeah. I mean, I know Upstate Al, when he does it, he's got the chat in one window.
Right. But he charges too.
Upstate Al? No, he's free.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Okay. There's one of them that always charges.
Yeah, Big Truck and TV Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, Scott was at Ice House was saying he ran the coax and everything for Lenny to get back up and streaming. That'd be nice. That would be nice.
Let's see, 2 balls and a shot on the 2.
Great shot on the 2.
Yeah.
Table 2. David Batchelor. Miranda, table 2.
Looks like he's gonna hold it to come back up. I didn't know if he's gonna go on the other side of the 4 ball. No, he held it.
Yeah, this is a little bit of connect the dots now.
7 to the 8. 7
Yeah.
to the 8.
You don't want to be straight.
No, 7 to the. Oh, even this 4. Woo.
Yeah, he came a little far on that.
That's gonna run into the 5, and who the hell knows?
He's going to try to go around it. Oh.
Yeah, you start moving around balls and changing things. I always like my opponent to be solids, and I like to be stripes.
Yeah, you're right. If you can get the angle on the 7.
That's where I saw the trouble, but I didn't know that the 3 was going to get so sharp on that 4 ball.
Where you want him to be on this 7 ball?
I would just draw back a little tiny bit.
Like that?
Just like that. Yeah.
Is he giving you a jelly roll after this?
You just gotta, just make the 7. Just make the damn 7. And it'll almost be natural. Just make the 7.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Wow, Hill.
I don't go towards the 8 there. I just try to get off that side rail and just have it come out.
Yeah. So many people want to get. They want to.
Yeah.
Well, first they worry about the scratch in the corner.
Yeah.
So they over-adjust.
This is a 1-rail kick for me.
At Hill?
Yeah.
Boy, you hit that good.
Yeah, I practice it. I like it. It'll spit out perfectly for the 9. I don't want this. I don't want my opponent up here firing. You know?
Yeah.
I'd rather win it on skill than he's gonna whack this ball. I would say he's gonna whack it. I'd say he's gonna fire it, get it in rotation. And I scratch on that safety that he just played. I scratch so much. And it is just insane.
He hit it at the speed 2 scratch. Got a little hill action here.
Tough lead.
Can you do me a huge favor? Can you just bring me back a bottle of water?
Bottle of water? Yeah, for sure. Do you have a tab or a
On the turn. Two of us.
Well, if he missed it, I guess.
Kicked at that ball. He went into the rail.
Wow.
Yeah, he went into the rail and kicked at that. That's why he didn't fly, just went across.
And your shape on the 9 here is. Are you just drawing out of here? Bottom left?
Yeah, I don't like to be below it. I'm coming straight across. I'm coming straight across, but it looks like he's going to drive. No, straight across. That's what I would have done. I didn't want to
With
below
good speed,
that pocket.
but I don't want to shoot a ball past a side pocket. The money ball at Hill.
I don't want to shoot the ball up the rail with only that little tiny bit of rail.
Right. No, but he does.
I guess I shouldn't play. So, and if you're going to draw below the 9 there, below the side pocket, you have a better chance of missing that 8 ball.
Right.
That's why I just said come straight across.